If you're a family law attorney and you're involved in a case that is involving real property, aka a house, there's only a few ways the two parties can separate that out. You can do a loan assumption, you can do a refinance, or you can do a sale. Now, before we get into the details, my name is Entwistle. For the last 23 years, I've been selling real estate full-time in and around Pierce County. For the last 7 years, I've been acting as a certified divorce real estate expert, helping the family law community in high conflict litigated cases and selling them to involve the court as little as possible. All right, so you've got three options. Option one, you do a loan assumption. And a loan assumption can work really well, but they're very hard to get done. Typically, less than 10% of these get approved, right? The benefit to this is the person who's living in the house and staying on the mortgage, we call them the in-spouse, they get to retain the interest rate that they had going in. So if there was a 4% interest or a 3% interest, or their interest rate is in the 2, then they get to hold on to that interest rate. That is significant. Again, it's very hard to get through, but what I'd recommend is having that person call. Their financials have to be really solid, and they need to assume that they're going to be told no, and then they're going to be told no, and they're going to be told no. But usually on the third, fourth, or fifth try of raising up to supervisors, they might get somebody who will listen to them. Again, their financials have to be solid for it to even be considered. Option number 2 is to do a refinance cash out buyout. If you do this can also work really well if the person qualifies. Now, if the current interest rate's at 3% and now we're going to today's interest rate of 6, that's a 3% interest rate change, which equals a 30% increase in the monthly payment. So the person trying to go through this might say, listen, I can afford the mortgage today at 3%, but if that housing payment goes up 30%, I can't qualify. It works really well if the financials make sense, because it's almost guaranteed if their financials make sense, their credit's good, their income's good, their debt to income ratio is good, it almost always gets approved if the financials are solid. But the issue is just, how does it affect the monthly payment? The third option is you sell the house. And then I can talk to you about those options. That's what I do. Now, the first two options are really great. I will recommend though, if you do either one or two, you not only want to get them off the mortgage, you also want to get them off the title. So using a quitclaim deed. Don't just get them off the title and allow them to both be on the mortgage for any period of time, because the issue is if one person, the in-spouse, is living in the home and they're late by even 1 day, right? So the payment's due on the 15th and they get it on the 16th. Not only does it hurt the person who's responsible for paying the mortgage, in the bank's eyes, both are responsible. So we're talking at least a 200-point hit for a late payment. So if you have questions about your specific case, I'm happy to be a resource. Down below, there's links to be able to connect with me. Happy to do a consult with either you or your clients to just talk about the options. If you have any other questions, reach out. Otherwise, have a great day.